for Gail and I don't think we do anything without guidance anymore. I mean, it's like even sometimes, I'll feel something, she'll feel something, and we go, what do you get on this? And that's one of the nice things that we really have, because we always, the way we hone in is I'll tune in and she'll tune in, and we'll both, work on that.
Yeah. The other way, if we don't do that, we're actually just kind of back in the old rut. There's an automatic pilot that can conduct so much of our lives. And so that's what we've already done. How much do we want to keep redoing over and over and over again? If we've done it, then hopefully we've learned from it. If we've learned from it, then we have the opportunity to take a step out of it, to go beyond what we've done before, to be more present with the quality of who we are at a more full range of our being. So that means being more aware, more conscious, and more present. And presence is something that is such an extraordinary thing, because it really means we are fully here and now. And that is extraordinary. And it goes back again to something about how we are here to create in each moment, not replicate it, not just play that same broken record again, but instead to be able to see what is the next extraordinary thing that we can create. Because as human beings, that's what we have. We have this dynamic ability. So with our intent, we build the field of reacquainting ourselves with all of these wonderful aspects of who we are, to be able to design our lives, attract into our lives what we want. It's time now for that. There's just a little story that I want to share with you that I'm so impressed with this amazing situation that just happened with this Thai soccer team. If we looked at that from our old way of doing things, the vast majority of people would say it's impossible. How can they possibly get that team out of that cavernous, that cave, that that blackness and tragic, I mean, they were in a place that was so risky. How could they possibly get them out? Well, a number of things were happening. One, those young boys and their soccer team for 9 days had no idea whether they were going to be rescued. They had no idea if someone was going to find them. But there was something that they tapped into. It just so happened that their coach was a Buddhist monk, an ordained Buddhist monk. And so in his meditations and in teaching them some of what he knew in meditation, he connected in with the higher levels of who they all are, of who the unity in the world was, that could then receive that field. It was like a beacon that was saying, find us, we're here, we're holding on. And it was an amazing thing that they were still in decent enough health to be able to stay there for another week, while these incredible people from Thailand and all over the world, these super skilled and courageous beings, came together in their creative moments to find the ways to create the opportunity, the patterns, the avenues to bring each one of those people out of that cave and into the light again. And they did it. They didn't depend on anything that said, this is the way you do it, or It was done before, so you can do it again. It was brand new territory. And they created a unity between all of them and all of the higher aspects of who they are. And actually, the entire world who was rooting for them, who was holding that intent, that field that said, yes, yes, you can do it, you can do it. And they did. And it's the same thing with you. In reality, the field is there, that intent is there for your success, for your joy, for your love, for your passions to be expressed, for your contributions and your service to be fully manifested. That field is there. So it's your opportunity to step into that, to do your part, build your entrance and your relationship to that field. And then just find what will happen, because it is quite exquisite and it is very, very real and will become manifested.
It's so powerful. What you're saying again and again is we have choice every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second. We have choice on what we are going to do, how we're going to approach this life. And universe is there to support our choice. But we have to make the initial effort to choose. And then universe, then higher self, then guidance, then everything comes toward us. But that's our step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Well, that's what it is. Universe, higher self, guidance, moves over these vast distances toward us after we make just one step toward higher self. And we do it in a trusting way, we do it in a loving way, we do it with our intent, we work with, all these aspects that we're beginning to learn about that really puts us in a position to then be allow universe to show up and watch what comes into our lives. It's so amazing. I once came across a little saying or something that was basically, I think we've all heard it, that happy people don't really have happy things happen to them all the time. It's just that's the attitude that they've cultivated. They don't always have good things. You look at one person or another person, we all have the same kind of things go on in our lives. Things that are not sometimes very nice or very good or what we would choose. People are not reacting back to us the way we sometimes would like them to react back. So what makes the difference between a person that has a really good attitude and someone who doesn't? It isn't the things that's happening to them, it's the way they choose to work with their life from the inside out. They choose to go to that place inside their heart where they know that's where the love is, and then they can turn it around and share love with someone who may not be sharing love with them. And that can mean all the difference for that other person who's caught in their own spiral. So again, it's choosing what you want to do with your life. And that can be just a moment that makes such a vast difference. And then you may have to do it again, and then again. And so it is. But what else do we have to do every day of our lives except to make choices? And certainly it feels much, much better if we have a situation where we're choosing to have changing the car tire be a game and fun, or fixing this thing. I mean, that's what I do when I fix things. I go, okay, I'm going to learn something, I'm going to do something. Or, just it's like so much of what we do together is so much nicer when we really respect and love and honor each other and honor the higher parts of ourselves. And that's what we're wanting to share with you in the next series of videos that we're going to be doing. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Blessings.
Blessings.